You date black dudes? You date? Okay, yeah, okay, all right. That's what I'm talking about. We'll talk after the show.
Put your hands together for David Murphy!
I'm from Mid-City, so I came out here, man. Yeah, literally broke people in the back. It's tough, man. Santa Monica's crazy, man. I realized that Santa Monica, I was hanging out here a couple of hours before I came to the show, and I realized Santa Monica's getting too fucking green. It feels like you guys are trying to save the world by yourselves. Everybody's got like goddamn Teslas, everybody's driving bikes and shit, everybody's drinking green juice, man. I saw the wildest shit ever today. I have to talk about, today I was at the promenade, and I saw a guy on a bird scooter get pulled over by a bicycle cop. My ass is sitting there, I'm like, this is the most environmentally conscious thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life, man. The cop was like, you gotta memorize the ticket, man. We're trying to save paper here in Santa Monica. It's citation number 00. You remember that? You got that? Fuck, man. I've been traveling, I just got back from Bali. You guys have been to Bali several times. I can already tell. I did 2 months in Bali, man. That was fucking amazing. I don't know if you guys have been there. People been there? No, it's like so dope, man. It's so great to be in a place where you can like, the people are so little. All these Indonesian people, they're so sweet. It's so great to be in a place where you can like body slam everybody. It's like the best feeling as an American. I don't know, man. You know, before I went to Bali, I tried to get in shape, so I lost like 24 pounds, man. 24 pounds. That shit's hard. Anybody lost a lot of weight in the last year or so? Oh, how much you lose? 70 pounds. 70 pounds. Was it a weed? Was it weed? Because you sound like it might be weed. Okay. It's Jamaica, 70 pounds. Okay. All right. Okay. Congratulations, man. That's dope, man. It's like, I thought about taking Ozempic. My homegirl was like, oh, I got an Ozempic plug. I was like, oh, but I didn't, you guys know this? Ozempic costs like $1,500 a month? Once I heard that shit, I was like, let me take my ass to the gym for this $30. It's like, fuck that, man. Ozempic is tough, man. I started researching Ozempic, and there's like, it's all these like weird things about Ozempic, like all these like side effects. Do you guys know there's a lot of like nausea, vomiting? You can have diarrhea for up to like 3 days when you take Ozempic, man. This is not real shit, so it's crazy, man. The worst is for women. Women have the most side effects with Ozempic. I don't know if you guys know this. You guys have heard have you guys heard about Ozempic pregnancies? I'm not making this shit up. There's a thing called, there's a phenomenon called Ozempic pregnancies. There's a lot of women who are unable to conceive and they're taking Ozempic and doctors don't know what's going on, right? So I think the science is like, these women are taking Ozempic, right? And they're losing weight, and then because of that, guys want to have sex with them. And then they're getting pregnant. It's like crazy. I don't know the science behind it, but you know, it's tough, man. Hanging out with my dad today. My dad just turned 69. It's fucking crazy, man. Anybody got parents in their 50s and 60s? Any dads in their 50s and 60s? Yeah. It's fucking so crazy to have parents at that age, man. It's like my dad's going through menopause. Do you guys have this with your dad? My dad, this thing that happens with men, they start getting older and they start losing testosterone, and then they'll start to show little signs of like feelings. They start to have feelings. They start to become people. My dad cried for the first time the other day. That shit fucks you up when you see your dad cry for the first time, man. My dad gave me a hug for the first time a couple weeks ago, but he did it wrong. He hugged me from like under. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are we doing right now? He's like, I saw it in a movie. I don't know if My dad's funny though, man. My dad, you know the funniest thing about my dad, we're really close. The funniest thing about my dad is that his biggest disappointment with me in life is that I never made it to the NFL. That thing makes him, if you talk about it, it makes him so fucking pissed if you just talk and tell him. Whenever he says like, oh, we're eating lunch or whatever, and he'll be like, he'll look at me and he goes, you could have made it. You could have made it. So disappointed with me with that shit, man. Here's the crazy part about that. I've never played football. I've never been on a team or thought about. I've never auditioned for one. I hate football. I just said audition for a team. That's how much I don't play football. Could you imagine me walking on the field being like, yes, I'm here to read for the role of wide receiver. I don't know if maybe a running back understudy. I don't know. audition for a team. That's so funny. People on dates, clap if you're on a date tonight. Clap if you're on a date. Yeah, cheap date. Yeah, you got cheap dates. Okay, all right. Place with free beer. Okay, I got it. I don't know how people are like, it's like hard. I can't afford shit right now. Everything's so expensive. You guys notice how expensive everything is? Fucking inflation is killing me right now. They keep saying inflation's at 5 or 6%, but I think we all know that's bullshit, right? We all been out, man. I don't know. I realize inflation is getting so bad right now that it has me being aspirational in places I shouldn't have to be aspirational. I don't know if you guys had this last week. I don't know if you guys had this. Last week I caught myself at window shopping at Ralph's. You guys have this shit? You be a fucking supermarket, you can't afford shit now. Fucking eggs are so crazy right now. A fucking dozen eggs cost you $12. It's fucking insane. My ass was, this is how bad it was. My ass was in the meat department. I was in the meat department window looking at steaks like jewelry. I was like, wow, you look at the cut and the color on that. Wow. Man, it's flawless. Wow, look at this one, look at this one. Hey. You gotta get your girl a ribeye and set an engagement ring now. That's what you gotta do. You gotta propose, do you take this ribeye? I don't know. Fucking dating, it's crazy, man. Dudes are not being chivalrous anymore. That's the worst part that's happening right now. Guys aren't chivalrous, man. Clap. Men, are you chivalrous? Are you being chivalrous right now, men? Are you being? Nope. You see that shit? They can't even fucking clap for you guys. You see that bullshit? Women are like, yes. Sasha over here was agreeing with me. Shit's crazy. I've been looking up a lot of shit on like chivalry. I actually took a class on 10th century, like medieval times, whatever, and which I'm serious, I went to a good college. And I don't know if you guys knew this, the crazy shit is like, when chivalry existed, the life was different for people. People were only even living to like the average age of like 30 or 35, right? So men were dating women at like 12. Remember, like, they were getting with women 12, 13, they'd have a baby, get married, and have a baby by like 14 or 15. It was a crazy time, man. So when you think about it, you think about chivalry, it kind of makes sense that a guy would open a door for a woman back then. But it wasn't because he was a gentleman, it's because she couldn't reach the door handle. I think he was like, excuse me, sir, can you help me? Can you help me with this, please? Yeah, you had to order for a woman back then because she couldn't read. Okay. She wasn't old enough to read yet, I don't know. Where'd you get that hat from? I have to ask. It's amazing. Brooklyn. Oh, you from Brooklyn? Okay. You date black dudes? You date? Okay, yeah, okay, all right. That's what I'm talking about. We'll talk after the show. Sometimes you don't know which white girls date black guys. As a black guy, you don't know which white girls are racist. So you gotta look for signs, you know? Sometimes you gotta look at the shoes. Sometimes you're looking for, most black guys are looking for, if a white girl wears cool sneakers, she fucks with black dudes. Those are the rules. She has Air Max, fucking Jordan, she'll have my baby. That's what I know. So ridiculous, man. I don't know. Nice, I'm bald, sorry. Here it is, I gotta let you know now. I gotta let her know now. I don't want no surprises. I'm bald. I went out with a girl about a month ago, and she accused me of catfishing her. She told me, it was like our third or fourth date, right? Things are going great. We get back to my place, and things get all hot and heavy. I get naked, and I don't realize my hat was the last thing I took off. I'm like, hey, what we doing? What's up? We naked now, what's cracking? She was so mad. Oh my God, it sucks, man. It sucks being bald sometimes. You know the worst part about being bald is like going to like bars with like young drunk white girls that always want to snatch off your fucking hat. Oh my God, it's the most annoying thing ever. I was at a club recently and I'm dancing with this girl. I'm like vibing. In the middle of the dance floor, her drunk ass just snatched my hat off. I panic. I find another dude. I found another dude with a hat. I snatched his hat, put it on. And then he snatched another dude's hat, and then he snatched another dude's hat. It was like a hatfish chain reaction in this goddamn club. I have to get like a goddamn chin strap on my hat now. I'm walking around the club like a drum major. With this fucking drum major hat. I don't know. Dating is always so weird, man. Trying to find the perfect person. I ran into an ex recently. I'll tell you guys a story. So I used to date a girl who was in a wheelchair. I'm a good person. And so one of the reasons we broke up is that she was too witty for me. Sometimes as a man, as a comic, we can't take when a woman's too witty for us, right? Our egos can't take it. I remember we're out, we had a lot of drinks, like we were dating for like a couple months. And we got really wasted, and I go, babe, I got a question for you. She goes, what's up? I'm like, don't get mad. She's like, just ask me the question. And I'm a comic, so I got some fucked up shit in my head, right? So I go, I've always wondered, when paralyzed people go to sleep, are you guys able to walk in your dreams? That's a deep-ass question, guys. You guys ever think about that? What do blind people see in their dreams, right? If you're deaf, what do you hear in your dreams? So I figure you can't walk. What happens in your dreams, right? She goes, what? I was drunk. I was like, look, when you go to sleep, is your life easier? Like, are there less obstacles? And she looked at me and she goes, I don't know, Murph. Are you white when you go to sleep? I said, oh, you bitch. Ha ha. Funny, you're single now, but you're funny. All right. You know what I really want? I want what my grandparents have. Anybody grandparents still together? My grandparents have been together for 61 years, man. True love, man. You can clap for that. You guys ever hang out with your grandparents and ask them how they met and then realize your grandfather was probably a stalker? You guys ever have this shit? I was talking to my granddad. I go, yo, I'm trying to find out the story. I go, yo, so granddad, how'd you meet grandma? He goes, ha ha ha. I was about 22 and she was about 9. He goes, I'm joking. He's like, saw her walking one day and I followed her to work. Showed up there for a little while. I did that for about a winter. I was like, a winter? As in a fucking season you kept showing up? He's like, yep. Some of them found out where she lived, would go by night, knock on a window, try to get attention. That didn't work. I said, well, how'd you finally meet her? He got the nerve, he goes, it was like fate. He goes, I'll never forget your grandmother's come out of a job, walk into a car in an empty parking lot, right? And we got eye contact. She started walking a bit faster. I came up behind her. She kept fumbling the keys and whatnot, couldn't get in her car. All of a sudden, she slid down the side of the car and she covered her face. And she let out a scream. And that's when I introduced myself. I said, hey, I'm Frank. I was like, you sound like a goddamn stalker, Grandpa. And that's not how fate works. That's the exact opposite of fate. You were hunting her. Shit. Back then they called it courting. I was like, your ass should be in court is what it sounds like. He got upset. He's like 87 years old. He looks like a little raisin, right? And he's so cute. And when he gets mad, it's the cutest thing. I'm like, yo, you're a stalker. You're a stalker, Grandpa. All of a sudden, he gets super upset and he goes, what? Your generation's so lazy. With your Facebooks and your Instagrams and you follow me this and you follow me that, huh? Well, guess what? Back in my day, your grandmother had one follower, me. In person, on foot. That's my time, guys. David Murphy. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
David Murphy, everybody, keep it going.